From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
What started out as a routine day at a Hazleton City hair salon quickly turned scary. A man armed with a gun robbed the place, but thanks to quick police work, that bad guy didn't get very far. An exclusive interview with the victim and owner of the beauty shop right now on News 13. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristin Baczynski. After running her hair salon for the past 28 years, a Hazleton woman experienced something more frightening than ever before when a self-proclaimed drug addict pointed a gun at her and demanded money. And police say it was this man who robbed that Hazleton beauty shop today, Sean Schaefer. He's on his way to jail at this hour. The horrific holdup happened here at Shirley's hair salon along Alter Street Wednesday morning. Shirley asked us not to show her face to protect her identity. But just before 8 a.m., Shirley's first customer arrived. While cutting his hair, she got a knock at the door, and it was a young man, later identified as Schaefer, requesting a haircut. Shirley left him inside, and he took a seat waiting for his turn. Shirley explained that shortly after being seated, Schaefer said he had forgotten his wallet in the car and that he would be right back.
He said, will the door be open? I said yes, because I trusted him to go to his car or wherever. He was back within about 4 minutes, 5 minutes at the most. The door was opened. I was sitting at my desk. I asked him to sit in the cutting chair. And when I looked up, he had the gun pointed at me and said he was a drug addict and he needs the money. I proceeded to give him the money, and thank God he left.
By the time he left, Shirley had a detailed description of the man. She called police, and soon after, Schaefer was arrested at an apartment building only a block away from the hair salon. Once in handcuffs, Schaefer still gave police a hard time and tried to run, but in the end, he didn't get very far and got hurt trying to flee. He was taken to the hospital before being taken to the police station and then to court. As for Shirley, she plans on taking extra safety precautions at her salon by installing surveillance cameras on her property. Hazleton City Police are on the hunt tonight for a shooting cyclist. Just before midnight Tuesday, gunshots rang out in the area of East Birch and South Cedar Streets. When police got there, they found a parked car had been hit several times with bullets. That car was parked at the intersection of East Birch Street and South Bennett Court. Witnesses tell officers that the shooter took off on a racing-style motorcycle east on Birch Street. If anyone has any information about this drive-by shooting or who can identify the shooter, you're asked to call Hazleton Police right away by dialing 911. Moving to Schuylkill County, where 2 people were killed in 2 different accidents in 2 different parts of the county. The tragic crashes happened just hours apart. Starting first in Ryan Township around 6:30 Tuesday night, a recent Mahanoy area high school graduate lost his life in one of those accidents. 18-year-old Jonathan Palabinski of Mahanoy City lost control of his car around a turn on Back Road. The car ended up on its driver's side. A Schuylkill County deputy coroner pronounced Palabinski dead at the scene. He was not wearing his seatbelt. Police say the 4 other people in his vehicle escaped injury. One passenger was just 15 years old. They were all wearing their seatbelts. The investigation continues into this deadly accident. A memorial Facebook page has already been created for friends and family of this teen who can write condolences and remember Palabinski. Now, the second crash happened near the front entrance of the Schuylkill County Fairgrounds in Summit Station. 56-year-old Mark Gregory of the Orwigsburg area died when his Harley-Davidson motorcycle collided with a car on Route 895 in South Manheim Township. According to state police, the Volkswagen Jetta was leaving the fairgrounds when the motorcycle slammed into the car on 895. Behind the wheel of that Jetta, a 17-year-old boy. He was not hurt. The coroner said the driver of the motorcycle was not wearing a helmet. Police continue to investigate how this accident happened. Our area is suffering two great losses this week. First, with the sudden passing of a well-known veteran and radio TV personality, Leo Valovich, who died Sunday. Valovich was the host and creator of the famous Make-Believe Rainbow Room, heard on WAZL radio and also seen on WYLN TV. Valovich was also very involved in the greater Hazleton community in many different ways. And because of all he did for local veterans, firefighters, and the community in general, a fund has been established to pay for funeral services. Local city volunteer firefighters and the host of a local Catholic internet radio station have band together to raise money for their longtime friend and colleague. Firefighters Joe Bugda and Tony Colombo and host Bill Getz created the fund. Anyone wishing to donate can mail contributions to the Leo Valovich Memorial Fund in care of PNC Bank, 143 West 7th Street in Hazleton, or in care of the United Way of Greater Hazleton at 134 South Wyoming Street. Any money remaining after all the expenses will benefit the United Way and its member agencies in memory of Leo Valovich. Now, Leo Valovich recently hosted his famous Make-Believe Rainbow Room on WYLN. Sadly, a member of the Gans family, owner of WYLN, passed away early Tuesday morning. Joe Gans Sr. was 85 years old and was known as a pioneer in cable television. He designed and built Hazleton's first cable television station and built many other systems in the area and in Central PA. At one time, Gans owned more than 50 cable television stations across 5 states. Mr. Gans, along with his wife Irene, took pride in the greater Hazleton community, contributing and donating to many organizations like the American Cancer Society and the Helping Hands Society. The list of organizations and individuals who benefited from the Gans kindness is just too long to list. Funeral arrangements for the Army veteran and successful entrepreneur are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Again, on behalf of the Lasant family and all of us here at News 13 SSP TV, our deepest condolences to Joe's wife Irene, son Joe, daughter Janice, and the entire family, along with our friends at WYLN. Greater Hazleton has truly lost a legend. Make sure you stay with us. We're back in a few.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
August 1st, the dog days of August. Isn't that what they say when you talk about Major League Baseball? Well, if it is, what worse way to start off August than with a day game? The only problem is it really wasn't sweltering hot. It was kind of rainy and dank and gloomy in New York today. But the Yankees at least have something to smile about. They finally bounce back and take a win. This is after being on a modest 4-game losing streak and blowing a big one to the Orioles last night after jumping out to a 5-0 lead. But today, well, they showed up and pounded Baltimore pitching all over the place. Yankees back on the winning ways. They'll have tomorrow off, and then they start a series with Seattle on Friday night. Now, Joe Madden and company lost a heartbreaker on Tuesday night, or on Monday night. So on Tuesday, what happens? Well, they didn't show any ill effects. Of course, when you put out James Shields on the mound, good things usually happen. He cooled off the red-hot Oakland A's, shut them out, and Joe Madden's team wins 8-0 final out on the West Coast. Meanwhile, the Red Sox seem to be rejuvenated after winning 2 out of 3 from the New York Yankees, and they won again. They beat the Detroit Tigers 4-1. Now, as we said, Tampa is at Oakland today. Red Sox will be hosting Detroit, so you got the same deal going on there. Meanwhile, let's go to the National League where the Phils, well, what can we tell you? After they unload some of their superstars, they come away with a win. Hard to believe, second win of the year for Cliff Lee, but he outpitched young Strasburg, who's still pitching, right? He hasn't hit the limit. We'll wait and see. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Braves, no problem getting by the other flops in the National League East, the Florida Marlins, the San Francisco Giants, 4-1 winners over the New York Mets. Let's go to the minor leagues. Akron on the short end of a 1-0 loss to Portland. Kyle Landis, no action in this game. Russ Kanzler had a base hit, was a double, but it wasn't enough. Columbus gets outslugged by Rochester. Final in that one. 10-8. Hey, by now you know about Stripes and Strikes. They sponsor us, and I'll tell you, you got to go down and check it out. Look for the big green awning across from Genetti's Best Western on 309. That's where you'll find them, and they've got it all, from equipment for baseball and softball. They've also got custom screen printing and embroidering. Got plenty of free parking, too. So check them out. Stripes and Strikes, make the right call.
Well, the Hazleton Area Golf Little League is now preparing to send 2 teams to the National Championship in New York this coming week. News 13 caught up with the great golfers Tuesday night as they were getting in some practice at Sand Springs Golf Course before they get ready to hit the road to the big competition. Now, the coach tells us these kids are ready to hit the green and hopefully score a hole-in-one, or at least do their very best trying.
Yes, we started the league 3 years ago. We had 28 kids in the league. Last year, 64. We did a double league this year. We're up to 96. So we split it up into a Sugarloaf division and a Hazleton division. So we're taking a team from each division up.
Where will they be playing at?
They'll be playing up in Johnson City, New York at Traditions at the Glen Golf Course. Conklin, New York will be up there playing, and Long Beach, California's flying a team in.
How did you guys get to the championship?
We had to get invited, and since our league was such great growth and we have so well organized, we got invited to go up.
Now, the league will be taking 12 kids total to New York. They will be hitting the road on Sunday and will be spending the week golfing. From all of us here at News 13, good luck to all of the kiddos. On your screen right now, your winning midday lottery numbers, so we say good luck to you. Your daily number, 147, Big 4, 7920, and Quinto, 31412, Treasure Hunt 6, 16, 23, 24, 28. Good luck. We'll be right back.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Shenandoah All-Star Polka Band will be the featured entertainment August 11th during the annual Old Fashioned Day. The event will be held from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Society Building, and the band will perform from 5 to 6:30. Everyone is welcome to this great event. And one quick announcement, Catholic Underground PA will be celebrating a Holy Hour Friday, August 17th at 7 p.m. at St. Gabriel's Church. For more information about this event or Catholic Underground, visit www.catholicundergroundpa.com. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Roy Allen Barry of Chesterfield, South Carolina. Service will be held Saturday at noon at the Almedia Bible Church. Edward R. Denisevich of Hazel Township. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Joseph S. Gann Sr. of Sugarloaf. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Genevieve Pennsmith, formerly of Shenandoah, the Lukavitz Orovitsville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Jean Rutch of Nesquehoning. Funeral service will be held Friday at 11 a.m. in the Joseph S. Blazowski Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 10 a.m. until the time of service. Pauline Helen Price, formerly of West Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Cheryl L. Zamani of Rock Glen. Funeral is Thursday at 11 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 10 a.m. until the time of service. And Anna M. Wortman, formerly of Weatherly. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. from the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-priced dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Well, after taking the trip of a lifetime, one soon-to-be high school student is back in the area. Her name is Alyssa Hetherington, and last year, one of her teachers at Valley Middle School nominated her to take a trip across the globe. Not only did Alyssa win, but she's back from her 3-week adventure and is standing by with our Jasmine Brooks to fill us in on all the details of that fantastic trip. Jasmine?
Thanks so much, Kristen. Well, I'm here in downtown Hazleton with my good friend, Alyssa Hetherington, and we are talking about an awesome trip that she just returned from, Ireland and Great Britain. And the reason you were there is because you were actually nominated by a teacher So tell me how this all went down in the beginning.
Well, I got an invitation around January to go to Great Britain and Ireland, and then I had to be interviewed, and then I was accepted, and I got to go.
And you were one of about 39 people that were able to go. Were they all 8th grade students?
No, it ranged from 7th to 9th.
Okay, so your teachers obviously really like you. You don't know who nominated you, but the point is you went. So tell me about Great Britain and Ireland. That's amazing.
It's very beautiful over there. The people there are wonderful. They're very nice, they have great hospitality. It was just an awesome trip.
3 weeks. What did you do? What did you learn?
We got to go on the London Eye. I learned that that's a very long ride, half hour to 45 minutes just to do one turn.
Okay.
We went to Wales and rappelled off the side of a castle. We went to Oxford and Trinity colleges, and Oxford actually has over 40 colleges, which is amazing.
Wow. Now, what can you tell us about People to People?
It was founded in 1956 by Dwight D. Eisenhower, and it's a government-funded program that gives kids my age the opportunity to travel.
Okay. And so what do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking somebody that travels because I just had a blast.
That's great. And you also learned, though. It wasn't just all about having fun. You learned.
Yeah, it was a very educational experience, and I actually earned 1 academic credit.
Get out. That's great. And who am I kidding? I mean, it is all about having fun, which is what you did, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you just got back in July. When was that?
July 13th.
Okay. And so how does it feel to be back here?
Very tiring. It took a while to get back into the time change and everything, but I'm glad to be back.
All right, well, thank you. And we've been following your story, Alyssa, for some time now, so it's great to see you back here, know you came back safe, and I'm sure you had a great time. So congratulations, because that's a great achievement, being nominated for something like that, and then winning on top of it. So thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
So again, for News 13, I'm Jasmine Brooks from the streets of downtown Hazleton.
All right, Alyssa, again, congratulations. Looks like a great trip. And of course, you have so many people to thank for helping you with all the fundraisers that you had to raise money for the trip. So again, congratulations. Well, it is that time now, time to check in with Mother Nature to find out what she has planned for the next 24 hours ahead. Unfortunately, some rain in the outlook, and thanks to Reese Williams of the Valley Elementary School for creating this rainy day mural. It's our creative condition on this Wednesday night, and it is fitting because we are going to see showers, low down to 63, cloudy skies, but the clouds will probably make way for a little bit of sunshine on your Thursday, and we're going to get up to 82 degrees. Some folks are going to see temps in the high 80s in some of our parts of our viewing area. Just windows and much, much more. 636-1133 First Street in Freeland, bringing you the forecast. Visit them online at justwindowsandmore.com. All right, back in a few with more local news, sports, weather, and information. We are your community news station, News 13. Local crime watchers are extra eyes and ears for police, and today those same crime watchers helped the police in a different way by handing over some cash. Cash that will now help take a bite out of crime.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks so much for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristin Baczynski. Well, helping police do their job more efficiently and quickly, a new computer system was recently introduced to the West Hazleton Police Department, and that is now how officers are being dispatched throughout Luzerne County. It's also how they keep track of information and relay information with 911 dispatchers and other police departments. Now, the station was in need of just one more unit for its cruisers, and thanks to the help of one West Hazleton Borough Committee, that computer is now on the way. News 13 stopping by the West Hazleton Community Center this morning, where the Crime Watch Committee presented a big check to the West Hazleton Police Department. The check for nearly $1,800 will provide another computer for a police cruiser. West Hazleton Police already own 2, and once the third computer is purchased, all marked cruisers will have one installed.
The borough in its hard times right now asked for our assistance if we could help in the thing. And being the eyes and ears of the borough police department as a crime watch organization, we felt it great that we could step up and help them in this endeavor.
Everything right from the car now with no radio communication. So in essence, it's very efficient and safer for our officers.
All calls to West Hazelton Police will go through the new mobile data terminals and pop up right on the computer screen, displaying where the call is coming from. Plus, police can run registration, license plates, and check criminal histories. All this information right in their cruiser. And also, we want to make sure you mark your calendars. The West Hazelton Crime Watch will take part in National Night Out, of course, Tuesday, August 7th. We'll have more on that right here on News 13. Hazelton Police will now spend more time at the city's bus station, making sure the downtown facility is safe for riders. The increased security that will total about 4 hours each week will not only satisfy federal funding, but more patrolling means a safer place for riders to wait. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, Hazelton Public Transit will pay city police overtime to patrol the Church Street station. In addition to the extra surveillance from police, the bus station currently has security services provided by a private firm. After running her hair salon for the past 28 years, a Hazelton woman experienced something more frightening than ever before when a self-proclaimed drug addict pointed a gun at her and demanded money. And police say it was this man who robbed that Hazelton beauty shop, Sean Schaefer. Well, he's on his way to jail at this hour. The horrific holdup happened here at Shirley's hair salon along Alter Street West Wednesday morning. Shirley asked us not to show her face to protect her identity. Just before 8 a.m., Shirley's first customer arrived, and while cutting his hair, she got a knock at the door. It was a young man, later identified as Schaefer, requesting a haircut. Shirley let him inside, and he took a seat waiting for his turn. Shirley explained that shortly after being seated, Schaefer said he had forgotten his wallet in the car and that he would be right back.
He said, "Will the door be open?" I said yes, because I trusted him to go to his car or wherever. He was back within about 4 minutes, 5 minutes at the most. The door was opened. I was sitting at my desk. I asked him to sit in the cutting chair. And when I looked up, he had the gun pointed at me and said he was a drug addict and he needs the money. I proceeded to give him the money, and thank God he left.
Now, by the time he left, Shirley had already had a detailed description of the man. She called police, and soon after, Schaefer was arrested at his apartment building, only a block away from that hair salon. Once in handcuffs, Schaefer still gave police a hard time and tried to run, but in the end, he didn't get very far, got hurt trying to flee, and was taken to the hospital before taken to the police station and then eventually to court. As for Shirley, she plans on taking extra safety precautions at her salon by installing surveillance cameras on her property. Hazelton City Police are on the hunt tonight for a shooting cyclist. Just before midnight Tuesday, gunshots rang out in the area of East Birch and South Cedar Streets. When police got there, they found a parked car had been hit several times with bullets. That car was parked at the intersection of East Birch Street and South Bennett Court. Witnesses told officers that the shooter took off on a racing-style motorcycle east on Birch Street. If anyone has information about this drive-by shooting or who can identify the shooter, you're asked to call Hazelton City Police right away by dialing 911. Moving to Schuylkill County now, where 2 people were killed in 2 different accidents in 2 different parts of the county, and the tragic crashes happened just hours apart. We start first in Ryan Township around 6:30 Tuesday night. A recent Mahanoy area high school graduate lost his life in a one-car accident. 18-year-old Jonathan Polbinski of Mahanoy City lost control of his car around a turn on Back Road. The car ended up on its driver's side. A Schuylkill County deputy coroner pronounced Polbinski dead at the scene. He was not wearing his seatbelt. Police say the 4 other people in the vehicle escaped injury. One passenger was just 15 years old. They were all wearing their seatbelts, according to police, and this investigation continues into the deadly accident. A memorial Facebook page has already been created for friends and family of that teen who can write condolences and remember Polbinski. The second crash happened near the front entrance of the Schuylkill County Fairgrounds in Summit Station. 56-year-old Mark Gregory of the Origsburg area died when the Harley-Davidson he was riding collided with a car on Route 895 in South Manheim Township. According to state police, the Volkswagen Jetta was leaving the fairgrounds when the motorcycle slammed into the car on 895. Behind the wheel of that Jetta was a 17-year-old boy. He was not hurt. The coroner said the driver of the motorcycle was not wearing a helmet. Police continue to investigate how this accident happened. Keep it here on News 13, an update for you on our good friend LJ. Just days after he underwent surgery, an update to his battle with testicular cancer is next. Plus, some were throwing spares, others even strikes. We'll head to the valley where campers hit the lanes earlier today. Make sure you stay with us. Calling all golfers. We have information about a tournament you won't want to miss. It's a fundraiser filled with fun and entertainment and, of course, golf. And the best part is all the money raised benefits children with disabilities and helps them get the therapy and assistance they need. Hosted by the Kress family, it's a tournament that's been around since the 80s. And if you have never taken part, take my word for it. It's one of the best run golf outings around. Here's Jasmine with much more.
All right, thank you so much, Kristen. I am here joined by Dan Guidish, and he is one of the organizers for a golf tournament coming up at Sand Springs this August. It's called the Sunny Crest Memorial Golf Tournament. So thank you so much for joining me, Dan. This golf tournament has been going on for years, right?
Right. It started in the late 80s, and then in 1992, we shifted the focus to contributing to the Helping Hand Society. Mm-hmm. And since that time, since 1992, we've raised over $250,000 for the Helping Hand Society.
That is absolutely amazing, but you could not have done it without those sponsors, and you are accepting and hoping for more sponsors this year. And you said there are several types of sponsors that you can be. How does that work?
There is a bronze sponsor for $100, a silver sponsor for $300, a gold sponsor for $500, and of course platinum, the richest metal, $1,000. And the tournament, or the monies that we have given over the years, has been largely through the sponsorships. So we encourage anyone who has any interest in furthering the cause of the Helping Hand Society to contact Marcia at Harry's You Pull It, and with their desire, and she'll be able to take care of handling any sponsorship that you might wish to give.
And why Helping Hands? Why do you think it's so important to give back to that organization?
Well, Helping Hands is just as its name signifies. It helps young people, people who need help in our society. These are children which have special needs, and it's important that the community reach out and join together to help these young people.
Okay, and so tell me a little bit about the fun aspect of this. You're going to actually be, somebody may go home with a Corvette. Is that right?
Absolutely. There is a 2012 Corvette for the first hole-in-one on a selected hole on the course, a par 3. And that's pretty nifty.
I'll say. And also a continental breakfast. You're going to be serving lunch and dinner. Happy hour is going to be happening, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's not just happy hour, it's happy hours. The entire day is pretty much filled with fun, and there's beverages, a beverage cart, and lots of food, and a lot of prizes. There's a pot of gold prize. There are prizes for every par 3, long drives, and then every golfer that participates will receive a golf shirt. And once again, the Kress family has spared no expense in providing the shirts. They're the nice, stay-dry golf shirts, as any golfer would know, ideal for this recent humid weather that we've been having.
I think I need to get myself signed up with all these great perks. So it's coming up again Saturday the 18th at Sand Springs. How can someone sign up if they want to do so?
Well, you can contact, once again, you can contact Marcia at Harry's You Pull It, and I have to look at the phone number.
Oh, we'll get it for you. Don't worry about that.
459-9901, extension 20. Or you can also contact myself or the other organizer, Cotton Payne. If you're with your desire, with your foursome, get your shirt sizes, and it's only $85. Anyone who plays in golf tournaments knows for what you're receiving, that's a deal.
Okay. Anything else you want to add that we should know?
Just that we hope we'll see you there, and we hope we can get a lot of sponsors to help out this great and deserving organization.
All right, Dan, thank you so much, and good luck. Again, that golf tournament called the Sunnycrest Memorial Golf Tournament coming up Saturday, August 18th at Sand Springs. Get yourself signed up, and maybe you'll take home a Corvette. Who knows, right?
Right.
All right, thanks, Dan. Reporting for News 13, I'm Jasmine Brooks.
All right, Jazz, thanks so much. Well, News 13 has received an update on 18-year-old Leon Cunningham III, or as many call him, LJ. The Hazleton man continues to go through quite the battle. Just last year, LJ was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and on Monday, he had surgery. Today, News 13 received word on his condition, and according to LJ's grandmother, he went through 10 hours of surgery, and his kidney has been removed. We're happy to learn that LJ is resting easy tonight. From all of us here at News 13, we really hope you continue to conquer this battle. We're all thinking of you, LJ. Well, it's that time to check in with Mother Nature and find out what she's got planned for the next 4 days. Unfortunately, some rain in the outlook, and thanks to Reese Williams of the Valley Elementary School for creating this rainy day mural. It is our creative condition on this Wednesday night. And on this Wednesday night, we do see a chance of some rain coming to the area. 63 will be our low temp. On to your 4-day outlook, there is a slight chance of rain right across the board each and every day, and possibly a thunderstorm as well. Thursday, we're back up into the 80s, 82, 87 for Friday, 83 on your Saturday. And if you're heading to Pocono for the big race on Sunday, it's looking like a great day. Possible chance of a thunderstorm, some showers, but so far, so good for the race. The Lazy Dog Salon for dog and cat grooming. Call 459-0310 North Broad Street in West Hazleton. And also Valley High Drive-In on Route 93 in West Hazleton. Make sure you stop by for some ice cream, milkshakes, a hot dog, a hamburger. If you're hungry, I'm sure they've got it at Valley High. More news and information headed your way here on News 13. Our Freddie B is in with the latest from the world of sports. Make sure you keep it here. We'll be right back. On Tuesday, News 13 told you about a camp for children and young adults with vision impairments. That camp is Campsite. And today, the campers headed to the bowling alley to throw some strikes and spares. News 13 stopping by Valley Lanes in Sugarloaf Township this afternoon, where campers put on their bowling shoes and tried their luck at getting a strike. These kids sure had game, some getting spares and a few even getting strikes. Today was not only a bowling day for the kids, they also took home some valuable information.
Today we had the opportunity to learn about cyberbullying and internet safety from Special Agent Janine Halter from the Attorney General's office. And then we had lunch at Top of the 80s, and Mrs. Pollock donated the entire lunch today from Top of the 80s, which was wonderful. The kids had a great time and we all had a fantastic meal. And now we're down here at Valley Lanes with Bob Horrocks, who's always very good to community services for Site and Campsite, and they're just having a great time bowling.
And the kids spent most of the afternoon at Valley Lanes. Campsite will wrap up in the coming days with a graduation ceremony. Looks like a lot of fun. Well, do you have any plans this weekend? Well, if you enjoy great food and entertainment, we've got the party for you. The Keystone Volunteer Fire Company in McAdoo is kicking off its annual block party this weekend. It's Friday, August 3rd. The party starts at 5, enjoying Avenging Autumn from 7 to 11. Saturday, the fun starts early at 2, plus 2-for-1 duo is on at 3 p.m. and later Torn from 7 to 11. Sunday's events include Strawberry Jam from 5 to 9, but the block party is open at 2 p.m. And don't forget, all weekend, games for the kids. That'll do it for us. Thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll see you back here for Thursday. Good night.